It's Happiness Week from Worth. What does happiness look like to you? How would you visually represent happiness, and can happiness be visually represented? What images and colours does happiness bring to mind for you? You might think it would be impossible to visually represent a feeling, but the aim of today is to do exactly this. In fact, happiness can be represented in many ways, from the smiling emojis at the start of this video to vibrant colours and patterns. Curved lines and circles are thought to represent happiness, as well as bright colours. You could even use images such as flowers and birds to represent happiness. So ask yourself, what does happiness mean to you, and how could you represent it in a piece of art? If you've got children in your life, this is an exercise you could do with them, or you could just do it for yourself. It's totally up to you. But here's an example that I came up with. I've chosen yellow paper to do my happiness piece on because, like many people, yellow is a happy colour for me. I've chosen yellow images to go in my background, smiley faces, hearts and stars. These are all things that represent happiness to me, but what represents happiness to you might be entirely different. I've also written happiness and words I associate with happiness on my page. Come up with a very simple representation of happiness for my piece, but you could get really creative with yours and use paints and collage materials. It's entirely up to you how you want to represent happiness on the page. So for Happiness Week, why not have a think about what the feeling of happiness brings to mind for you? Try and think in an abstract way in terms of colours and images. Perhaps you'd rather represent happiness in words, and that's totally fine. You can represent happiness in any way that appeals to you. So for Happiness Week, why not create your own little happiness piece? From Worth, we're wishing you a very happy Happiness Week.